Hello, Virgo, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you. So before we begin, I have two cards for you, and I really like what you pulled here. This is pretty neat. I get this feeling that, you're like confused as to why you're feeling that primal part of your soul right now. So from Lay Vampire, you pulled Primal, connecting deep within, sacred dance and instinct. This card is saying that there is a beautiful, untamed part of your soul. Let it stay free and find expression in the world through dance. And it's talking about how your body loves movement, and it's asking you to experience that primal joy of dancing freely, wildly, and with every cell in your body. I love it. I love it. And with confusion, it's like you're confused as to why this is happening. So with confusion from chakra wisdom, the inspiration behind this card says, through the willingness to be in confusion, we find clarity. There is nothing to solve. Meditation and quiet time will bring clarity. And then the key ideas here are allowing confusion, spiritual support, and finding love. So I feel like, your guides or your angels or your higher self is like leading you to this state of confusion so that you have a moment to tap into that primal part of your soul right now. I love it, Virgo. This is really neat for you guys. All right, Virgo, here we go. Here is the energy coming through. Wow. So the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands has to do with competition. It also has to do with brainstorming and like mild conflict. It's like the difference for me between this and the Five of Swords is that you come out on top. This card is telling you not to worry about any competition that may be going on around you right now because you do have something to offer. This is where you need to not let anyone else try to silence your voice or your opinions or your ideas. Again, you do have something to offer here. Oh, and the past coming through. So, seeing that, it's like, it's no wonder why confusion is showing up, because something is going on where you're tapping into a more joyful part of your soul. But in the past, there's this emotional junk. The Five of Cups is emotional pain and suffering. The man is so focused on the three cups that are spilled that he can't see the two that still remain. And again, not all is lost here. And I'm kind of worried seeing these fives show up. It's like there's some difficulties going on for you right now. But, again, with confusion, you're being purposely led to that state in order to find clarity out of this. Oh, wow. So you drop out with the Queen of Cups, and now you have the Queen of Wands. And speaking of competition here, so the Queen of Wands is looked at as a fire sign. This is somebody who is very dynamic, very take charge, in control of their situation. The difference between her and the King is that people will follow the King, and she takes those group of people and organizes everything. You do this, and you do this. So, seeing that, I definitely get a sense of like you stepping into your own power now, especially with that Five of Wands sitting there. It's like, no, I'm not going to fear any competition. I do have something to offer here. But there's still like this emotional junk. Now, looking at it the other way, if this has to do with a person, it's like, man, there's some hurt feelings there. And then that Queen of Cups may be telling you that you need to tap into that emotional, intuitive nature right now when it comes to dealing with the emotions involving this person here. Oh, wow. Future conditions, the Fool. So the Fool is the clean soul. He is getting ready to take that leap of faith into life with no preconceived notions of nothing. And it's like, I feel like looking at it like you're wanting to move away from the emotional junk that may be lingering having to do with this person and whatever conflict this person may have caused you. It's like, no, you're ready to move now. It's time for a new beginning. But, you know, again, it's like seeing the Five of Cups coming through, there's definitely some emotional junk that needs to be dealt with here. You know, and again, it's like there's no wonder why confusion is showing up. But with the Fool sitting there, it's like, yeah, you know, again, you don't worry about any competition because you come out on top here. Oh, shit. Your best path to follow. Now, you know, when you look at the Five of Cups and you talk about the focus needing to come off of what is lost and what still remains is Two Cups, which is emotional bonding with another person. So seeing the Lovers as your best path to follow, it's like, oh man, this person, there may be some, you know, emotional junk that's lingering involving this person here, but it's like, no, you're wanting to take a leap of faith with this. Because the Lovers, yes, the Lovers is that loving connection between two people. It's also about putting love first in your life. It also represents a duality, the male and the female that is within all of us, the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. So, you know, I almost feel like looking at this that, you know, seeing the two fives, it's almost like you're worrying that maybe you're not going to get this person that you want. But the Fool and the Lovers is saying, take a leap of faith with this. Because this being your best path to follow, yeah. Wow, Virgo. Oh. Okay, so let me break this down a little bit here. Seeing the Page of Wands in your environment, to me, is saying that you may feel like, with the fives, it's almost like you feel like you're not good enough for this person. And with the Page of Wands, again, you know, it's going after your passions, but with the Page of Wands, it's even with whatever lack of experience you may have, you have the passion to do this. This can manifest in your life. You can do this. You can have the things that you want, but it's almost like there's a part of you that feels like you may not be good enough here. But, oh, you want it. And that Fool is saying you need to take a leap of faith here. And I almost wonder, you know, if maybe there isn't, because when you look at the Five of Wands, when you speak about it in love readings, it suggests that the person that you're focused on right now may have a lot of people focused on them. You may not be the only one here, but, you know, you can do this. You are good enough. You do have something to offer here. Wow, Virgo. Oh, and your hopes and your fears. So seeing the Four of Cups sitting there to me is like, man, you know, it's about being in an emotional stasis and boredom, you know, and then there's like two parts to it here. So again, there's this focus on the Three of Cups. And what's being offered in the Four of Cups is technically the Ace of Cups, which is about love and romance. Yeah, I feel like here I really feel like you're looking at this reading that you feel like you're not good enough for this person. And that Four of Cups is saying that you need to take a minute right now and you need to go and meditate on why you are feeling this way. Because the Fool is telling you, you need to take a leap of faith with this. The Lovers is saying, yes, that is your best path. Your best path to follow is to put love first in your life. So if you want this person, you're going to need to take a minute here and to focus on why you're feeling this way. And again, that Page of Wands is like, you can do this. Again, you do have something to offer. And if you want this, you can have this. You have the passion to do this, but you need to be open to that offering that's coming through as well. But I feel like seeing it there, it's like you need to take a minute to really focus on what emotions you're dealing with. And then again, with the Queen of Cups falling out, it's like needing to tap into that emotional, intuitive nature and really understand why this is coming through and why you feel like you're not good enough. Oh, and the outcome. Shit, Virgo. You can't do that to yourself. Look at the fives. Oh, and with that four, no. The Five of Pentacles is about poverty, loss, and feeling like you're being left out in the cold, but it's more of the fear of losing than it is actually losing anything. I mean, that to me is the most important part of it, is there's this fear of losing something or being left out. And it's like, man, you're blocking yourself here. I feel like there's this like block, you're blocking it, you know, and you're confused as to what the hell is going on here. But primal is like, you need to tap into that primal part of your soul and realize that you do have something to offer here. It's like, man, you're really wanting this person, but there's this confusion here. And I feel like it has to do with the emotions that you need to take a look at. You need to take a look at why you're feeling that way. Because again, that Page of Wands is saying, yes, you can. You can do this. But if you don't allow yourself that time to meditate and think about why you feel the way you do, you're going to block yourself from receiving what it is that you want. And I feel like it has to do with this person here. And on the other side of this, you know, the Queen of Wands, step into your own power. Take control of your situation. You can have the things that you want. And if you want love in your life, you need to go after that. Because again, you do have something to offer here. And wow, Virgo, this feeling of not being good enough is just so overwhelming here. And whoever this person is, you know, when you look at the Four of Cups, if they're offering that to you, you need to be open to that instead of being so focused on what you're not, is what I feel like. And again, take a minute. Take a minute to really think about why you're feeling the way that you do. You know, because with Primal and the Lovers, to me, it's like really celebrating that loving union. And again, with this being your best path to follow, is saying, hey, you know, you can have this. You can have that in your life. Choose love. You always have a choice as to what you should do. Yeah, Virgo. So I really feel like, you know, even though that Five of Pentacles is what's coming out, I don't feel like you're losing anything here. I think that you're worried about being left out when it comes to this love. I mean, you know, if this would have been in your hopes and your fears, it would have been different. But this is your best path to follow. And it's like your guides are leading you there, but your emotions are blocking you in this feeling of not being good enough. So yeah, I think it's important that, you know, you need to be patient here, definitely. Take a moment to meditate on why you feel the way you do. Make sure that you say, I love you, especially to yourself right now, if you're not feeling good enough for what it is that you want. And if it has to do with the person, yes, you are. That Five of Wands, again, says that you do have something to offer here. And choose love. The Lovers, yes. Choose to have that love in your life because you do deserve it and you are good enough for it. Okay, Virgo, so I'm going to tell a story here real quick. One of my very best friends is a Virgo. And she was having a discussion with me the other day at work about how women like us, women who have been through horrible stuff and don't have the greatest lives, don't get good men. And she talked about how another one of our friends at work said, yes, you do. You are no different than anybody else, and you do deserve to have that love in your life. I have this overwhelming feeling with this reading that you feel like you are not good enough to have this love in your life. And yes, you are. Yes, you are. The Page of Wands is saying that, you know, you may feel like it, but you have the passion to do this. And the Five of Wands is saying that, yes, you do have something to offer here. So I think that for some of you, if you're still clinging on to emotional pain from the past, but you're wanting a person in your life, the Fool is telling you to take that leap of faith, and the Lovers, being your best path to follow, is saying, yeah, you can have this. You can have love in your life. And I feel like here, You're being led to a point where you need to take a meditative moment to really think about why you think and feel the way you do. Because I really feel like here that you think that you're not good enough, but yes, you are. Now, as far as with the Five of Pentacles coming out, again, I feel like if you don't do this and you don't really look at those feelings and understand why they're there, you're going to feel like you're missing out here. It's almost like you're blocking yourself from having the love that you want to have in your life. Don't do that. And with confusion and primal, again, you're being led to that point where that clarity will start to come to you. And with primal, you know, when it comes to tapping into that primal part of your soul and experiencing that joy, I feel like this is where you need to be instead of this. Get your focus away from that feeling of not being good enough and feeling like you're going to lose out on having love, because again, this is your best path to follow. So tap into that and have patience. If it's not happening right now, you need to have patience with yourself in dealing with the emotional issues that you have. Now, choose love and I love you. You need to tell yourself that you love yourself more so, I think, than you needing to say it to somebody else. You are good enough. You do have something to offer. And I really feel like with choosing love and the Lovers being your best path to follow is saying that you need to get yourself away from those hurtful feelings that are going to block you from experiencing love in your life.